Welcome to the historic Mary McLeod Bethune home located in Daytona Beach, Florida. Dr. Mary Jane McLeod Bethune was an international leader, educator, activist, philanthropist, diplomat, and entrepreneur. She was born July 10, 1875, in Maysville, South Carolina, to former slaves Samuel and Patsy McLeod. She was the 15th of 17 children and the first one to be born free. Dr. Bethune would become known nationally for founding the Daytona Literary and Industrial Training School for Negro girls, now Bethune Cookman University. This home was built by African-American architect Mr. A.B. Raddick in 1905. This home was considered a model home. In 1913, the home was purchased for Dr. Bethune by Mr. James Norris Gamble, the chemist who devised the formula for ivory soap of Procter & Gamble, and Mr. Thomas White of the White Sewing Machine Company. The home has been recognized as a National Historic Landmark by the National Park Service, United States Department of the Interior in 1975, and a United Methodist Historic Site, number 94. In the living room is where she entertained many of her guests. All of the furniture is original to the home. This room is where she entertained guests such as Booker T. Washington, who visited her in 1912 to assist her with fundraising campaigns at her school. In this home, you will find things as they were the day that she passed away on May 18, 1955. The home has minor renovations for preservation purposes, but the interior design has remained the same. In the dining room, you will find her record player, which is testament to her love of music, a heater, a punch bowl gifted to her from the King family, which owned the local Coca-Cola company, china gifted to her from John D. Rockefeller, and the china on the table was gifted to her from First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt. When entertaining guests, Dr. Bethune would sit at the head of the table so that she could clearly see the front door and also the kitchen staff. Some of her famous guests include Jackie Robinson, Langston Hughes, and Ralph Bunche. In the early days of the school, Dr. Bethune sold sweet potato pies and eggs to the local railroad workers to raise funds for the school. Contrary to popular belief, once Dr. Bethune moved in this home, she did not cook, and it was rare that you would find her in the kitchen. Some of her favorite meals were Cornish hens. One of the unique features of the stove is a built-in crock pot. Throughout the house and yard, you will find elephant figurines. She was a collector because she believed that they were a symbol of strength and wisdom. Also, she was an honorary member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and their unofficial symbol is an elephant. The table in the nook area is where she enjoyed breakfast each day. She often had cereal with grits and eggs, bacon or sausage, and grits with tea. She was a healthy eater and loved vegetables. In this room is where she spent most of her time after her retirement from Bethune Cookman College in 1947. On her desk, you will find the upper room that she read every day as part of her daily meditation, her Bible, passport, books, and the last check that she wrote to the college. You will also find a vase of black roses. During her 1927 trip to Europe, Dr. Bethune saw a black velvet rose for the first time and immediately fell in love with the flower. For her, it was more than a plant. It symbolized beauty and diversity. In her own words, she wrote, "I never saw a black velvet rose before, and I said to myself, oh, this is the great interracial garden. This is the garden where we have people of all colors, all classes, and all creeds. People, every single one of them, getting their full chance to become the best they can become." I realized that the red rose did not want to become the black rose, and the black rose did not want to become the red rose. The black rose did not want to be the yellow rose. Every rose just wanted to be itself, to have an opportunity to make that self the best self it's capable of becoming. The stained glass window behind the desk was gifted to the home after Dr. Bethune's passing by a former Board of Trustee member. This is the only fixture not part of the original structure. These rooms hold medals and awards, such as the Order of the Star of Africa in 1952, the Medal of Honor and Merit from the Republic of Haiti in 1948, and the Morgan Spingarn Medal in 1935. The Ebony magazine that featured Dr. Bethune and Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt is also housed here. The two women shared a genuine friendship that transcended race and position. You will also notice her extensive collection of books, as she was an avid reader. The first room at the top of the stairs is referred to as Georgia's room. Georgia was Mrs. Bethune's niece from the McLeod side of her family. She cared for Dr. Bethune later in her life until she passed away. In fact, she was one of the two nieces to find her when she transitioned. The bathroom. This home and the campus of Bethune Cookman was the first place among the African American community to acquire electric and indoor plumbing in Daytona Beach. Mr. James Gamble and Mr. Thomas White were influential in obtaining the utilities for Dr. Bethune. This room is referred to as the Three Generations Room. Albert Bethune Sr., Dr. Bethune's son, his son, Albert Bethune Jr., and her great-grandson Donald all stayed in this room at various times throughout their lives. Dr. Bethune was a collector of photographs, and it's evident from her gallery of pictures. Many of the photographs are personally autographed to her. You will see pictures of her family, people of historical significance, like Madam C.J. Walker, John D. Rockefeller, Nannie Helen Burroughs, Langston Hughes, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Walter Frantz, Carter G. Woodson, James Weldon Johnson, Asa Philip Randolph, and Charlotte Hawkins Brown, to name a few. In the exhibit case, you will see her hood from her academic regalia, some of her honorary degrees, and the cane of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, gifted to Dr. Bethune by his widow, Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt. She was advisor to him as well as 4 other presidents. This is the First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt room. In 1953, when the First Lady visited the campus of Bethune Cookman College to speak at the dedication of the Mary McLeod Bethune Foundation, she slept in this room. Mrs. Bethune had offered her 1 bedroom for her to sleep, but the CIA had identified her rooms as having too many windows and deemed it unsafe. Jackie Robinson and his wife also slept here during their many visits to the campus. This is Dr. Bethune's bedroom, which includes a private bathroom. Many pieces of her original wardrobe remain in the closet. Some of her hair pendants are located on the dresser. A picture of her parents is located on the wall beside her bed, as well as the log cabin where she was born. A unique piece of furniture is her writing desk that doubles as a wash basin. On the bed, you will see the famous black dress and shoes that she wore in many recognizable photographs. Dr. Bethune's final wish was to bequeath her home to Bethune Cookman College and establish a foundation that would provide on the campus of Bethune Cookman University a cultural heritage to be an inspiration to students in the generations to come. Her accomplishments have landed her in one of the most prestigious venues in the country, National Statuary Hall, which is a chamber in the United States Capitol. Finally, her parting gift to the world was her last will and testament, in which she said, "I leave you love. I leave you hope. I leave you the challenge of developing confidence in one another. I leave you a thirst for education. I leave you respect for the uses of power. I leave you faith. I leave you racial dignity. I leave you a desire to live harmoniously with your fellow men. Finally, a responsibility to our young people. If I have a legacy to leave my people, it is my philosophy of living and serving. As I face tomorrow, I am content, for I think I have spent my life well. I pray now that my philosophy may be helpful to those who share my vision of a world of peace, progress, brotherhood, and love. Thank you for visiting the home of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune.